WURMZ fans. I'm just going to give you a wee demo of the map editor for WURMZ, and it's up and running, and it's just prompting to load a screen in. That's if you want to bring one in using your emulator. You could do it with the file menu here, which I'll do in a moment. Now, this isn't going to blank because it's assuming we're loading a screen. It's going to press any key anyway. It's going to put some water in for now. And we're going to go through the controls. And you can look at your own keyboard. You won't see mine very well in the light, I'm afraid. But looking at your own keyboard, I've tried to set the controls up for this editor like you're using two little keyboard joysticks under your fingers. So WS for up and down, and A and D for left and right. And obviously the cursor moving around under those keys. And if you look over, you'll see I and K and J and L. Put your hands over there. So you now got two like kind of little down left and right under your left and right hand. Okay, so there's a lot of keys. So WS, A and D for navigating. I changes the ink of the tile. K brings it down to blue, and I'll take it back up. Okay, back on your left hand, Q and E scroll one character at a time through the set. This is through the character set that's currently selected. Okay, so that was using Q and E to move one step at a time through the character set. Back on your right hand, use U and O to step 10. Press and hold and you'll zap right through the end of the character set through into your use defined bank. Keys 1 through to 7 at the minute change the bank. So all the different graphics banks I've got loaded in. Okay. Now, only these characters, like UDGs, if I press M, will print in whatever colour. Let's press K to drop the colour. Pressing K again. Come on, let's do the lot then. Of course, this program is still in development, so there's many things I can change and add. Improvements to be made. So I can only print those at normal size, because you can see here I've got a multiplier. Now with J or L, I can flick between double size printing and normal size, but because the way this is set up, I can't do double size printing on things outside of the character set. Let's just go back to the letter A. You're pressing E there to cycle one at a time. Oh, there's a heart, even better. So I'll press K to get down to red. It's in the character set, and it's going to 4 times print it now. There you go. And let's have a 1 times print. So I'll press J to go back to 1 times. Press M. There's 2 types of erasing. I can go over there and press space. Now if I go back here and hit 4 times and try and print this, the space of the space bar, it'll do that. Okay. However, if I go and press O now, and we'll just cycle all the way through back to use defined graphics. Pressing Q and E now to find the space block. And these graphics are in the character set. There's the space block. I've just pressed M and it's wiped out 4 blocks. So there's 2 methods of getting rid of graphics quickly. So I've got a 4 times space now. Yeah. See, these letters aren't grouped together, but it is wiping out 2 at the bottom with each press. If I jump out, U and R will disappear. There you go. On your left hand, R and F will change between the character banks. So if I press now, I'm pressing U to go stepping in 10. That's a space. Press E, and there's the first character. That was space in the character set, and then the next one would be something like exclamation mark. So these are parts of tanks and things. From watching my tank games, this is the character set I'm using in WURMZ tanks. Of course, you can print them up on here. Let's go for the base of the tank, and we'll do it in, oh look, it's in ×4. Brilliant. Right, where's the head? Plot that there, yes. And give him a barrel. So a raised barrel. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to press J and go back to normal printing. Press Q to single cycle. Pressing D. Let's press E. Press Q. Go back. Oh, space. This is pressing E. Let's find that. There you go. Ta-da! So all the second character set, I'm going to cycle through it step by step. Oh, look at that. That's even the worm coming out of the lid. You'll see that I have to redo this here because it's hanging over the edge. It needs to be taken back. Okay. It only extends out when he's lifted the lid at the back. Right. Just cycle through those again. So there's a shotgun blast. It hits first and then goes to that. Okay, so let's make the tank fire that. Okay, let's just put that there in red. Pressing K to come down, M to print. And we'll do the solid one there. Like that. And of course, yes, you can do press L and go to ×4. And step, oh, too far. There's E and Q, D. So there's the empty one. Oh, wrong button again. There we go, and there's the big one. So yeah, you could not there. There. Print. So it looked like he's just fired. What happens if we go here? Just wipe that out. And space bar. Just trim it off. And then I keep pressing the wrong key. That should be Q. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Right, let's go back to normal print by pressing J. Still cycling through the character set. That's only numbers. I'll press O now. Cycle through a bit faster because I've kept the uppercase lettering and replaced all the lower sets, lowercase, with the worm movements when we get out the tank and start running around. Okay. So there's all your walking left and rights. It's going to jump, do a split cell, scream, wah, both ways. There he is with a gun. Famous sheep, both directions. Your medi crates, your weapon crates. Some kind of block, I need to adjust that one. Then we're into the old style ZX81 block graphics, can't change those. They're quite fun to mess around with because you know you can double print these if you wanted. And they are still handy. I know they're ancient and everything, but still of use. Yeah, that one. Ah. Okay. There is a pause in the loop of this program, that's why this is chugging along at a sedate, slow pace. Yeah, so I'll just put those old ZX81 style blocks in there and it gives us a nice little floor. Easy enough. Platforms and the like. You can overprint, wipe them out of course. Alright, there we go. So yes, you can design your own screen, and I think I assigned some buttons to do some pre-scripted tasks. I think it's button 9 if it does anything. No, took it out. 0. Oh, that's the cloud scroller. Oh yes, and there was water under here as well. This was set up for an island scene. So that's disappearing. Alright, so let's go back to the start. This is because I should have reset that. Now run 120. Okay, just run the bugger then. Okay, next, load a screen with the emulator. We haven't seen that yet. So tonight I've been doing a Tron screen. And there was an old ZX Spectrum game that played this, what you're going to see, but it wasn't very good. And it's a shame it didn't look like this. What you're about to see now is one of the Tron screens, this theme pack. I'm going to play the Ring game. Go. There. Don't press any key. Now this screen's been done on ZX Paint by hand, meticulously. It took me hours, and I've made sure all the black areas are black ink, black paper, so the worms can move. And obviously that's attribute 2, that'll be an attribute 5, an attribute 1, an attribute 4, and so on. I could still do more drawing to this screen to make it look better, especially the rings. And if you know, so you can just go and drop a worm on, because we can now edit this pre-made screen that I've done. Let's put our first worm. Stick him there. You can find a worm, eh? I think there's one in here. Right, let's have a fast wind with the U button left. That's the space. I do believe there's a worm. Hooray! What colour? Well, the good guys were blue, weren't they? Let's see what he would look like positioned here, we'll say. And guess what you can do? If I press L, Times 4. And because the worm's in the character set, press M. And yes, I can't animate worms at that size. I've tried it. And it does work to a degree. So this is a baddie worm, we'll make him red. And where should we put him? Spoil for choice, eh? What would he look like there, I wonder? Can but try. Alright, move one over. There. Is that the right place now? Ta-da! No, I fancy gold worm instead of a blue one. There's a lot of blue over there. Let's change his colour. Make sure I get the right character back. That was Q and E. I and K to change the colour. I is going up. And press M now. Ta-da! Okay, if I press space I can get rid of that. White square. And press F4 for the full screen. Take the camera off the stand. Bear with me. I'll get rid of that stupid stand because I don't need it anymore. I'll just tune the camera so you get a tone of colour. So now try and imagine what we're going to do, have a key press so you can set player 1 and player 2 coordinates, and then a button to start playing, and the map editor coordinates will disappear and the game GUI will replace it. And there you go, before you know it you'll be playing the ring game with worms. And I'll give them a little disc to throw about. I've already got one made up. Alright, well there you go, that was a bit of a talk through how to use WURMZ map editor and what the up and coming features will be. Thanks for watching.